Are we on? Are we on? Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And oh boy, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is a Benjamin Cardozo high school legend who won Queens Player of the Year honors while averaging a staggering 30 points, 12.4 rebounds a game, which helped him achieve McDonald's All-American nominee status. After high school, this basketball head received a scholarship to attend Cal State Bakersfield, where he won back-to-back national championships. He is a back-to-back national champion, that is. Now, in all my years of, doing this show and playing basketball, I never heard of anyone else in New York City achieving this feat besides the legendary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Maybe there's somebody else, but you find them, and we'll definitely tap in. During one championship run, they went a staggering 30-0. He also was inducted into Cal State Bakersfield's Hall of Fame. Once this basketball head graduated, he played 14 years overseas as a professional. And when his career was over, he became interested in coaching because he wanted to pass on those mentoring, teaching, and supervising qualities and gifts that was given to him. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show, Benjamin Cardozo High School legend and Cal State Bakersfield Hall of Fame inductee, my guy, Roheen Oats.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
How you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm good.
Good, you good? You situated? Get yourself straight? Nice and comfortable?
Good. I'm nice and comfortable, man. I'm nice and comfortable.
Good. How was your day, man?
It was great. Thanks for asking. I hope yours is the same.
Man, my day was busy, man. First at work, we had a busy day. My kids at the school were all giving gifts for the holidays, and so a lot of smiles, a lot of beautiful kids' faces. And then I went to check out Metro BDA versus Research and Science, because they were like 1 and 2 in their divisions. And man, they put on the show, man. So salute to all my guys, both coaches doing their thing out there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So, I stay busy in and out of gyms, checking out the new competition, because hopefully one day they'll be good enough to make it on the show one day.
Okay, absolutely.
That's right. Look, this is a New York City base. All are invited, but you got to be nominated. If I don't reach out to you, somebody got to nominate you for the show. And some people hit me up and be like, yo, can I come on the show? I got a great story. And depending on how convincing it is, and I've heard about it, and somebody have told me about him or her, that's not a problem. But for most cases, if I don't reach out to you, you have to be nominated, right? Because it's a brotherhood, sisterhood thing, to where, we all connected through one way or another, right?
Absolutely. And you got the buzz right now.
Thank you.
Look at
Thank you.
us.
Appreciate that. Like when I saw you, my guy Teef was like, yo, there go Roll. That's the guy I was talking about. You need to get him on a show. And me and Teef been working with each other for over 20 years.
Absolutely.
And coaching with each other. So,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Queen, I know you guys stick together like we do in Brooklyn, so it's all good.
Thanks for having me, though. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. So I want to jump right into it, man. Always ask all my guests, who introduced you to the game?
Ooh, the neighborhood. Coming from where I came from in South Jamaica, 40 projects, it was serious out there. That's what they did. They played ball. My uncles, they all were basketball heads. My oldest uncle, he played for Martin Van Buren.
Nice.
And that's when they was he played back with the late Dave Edwards.
No doubt. Rest in peace, Dave Edwards. Facts.
And his father. So it was passed down to me, so I had to work hard for it.
Listen, a lot of great players come out of 40. I had just one I think 2 months ago, in Derek Chivas.
Oh, absolutely. He lived in the building behind me.
Wow.
And the story is, like, he wouldn't come outside during the day.
Right.
But at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, that's all you heard was a basketball in the back. And he out there working hard by himself. And that showed me that was hard work and dedication, man. And I wanted to be a part of that, and I was lucky enough to be around him and get a couple Jews from him. And he passed on a lot to me. So
no
definitely
doubt.
to Derek Chivas, the Band-Aid
Salute.
man.
That's right. Matter of fact, he gonna be mad that I didn't share this show with him, right? So I'm gonna do something real quick because he'll be like, yo, Pooh, why didn't you fast forward the show to me? All right. So I'm gonna put you on the screen for a second, and you're just gonna tell me how was life like, tell the audience how was life like growing up in Southside Jamaica Queens for a youngster like yourself.
It was tough. It was definitely tough. At this point, Southside Jamaica Queens was, in the 80s and 70s, in the early 90s, it was nothing but drugs. It was tough. So basketball was one way of coming out of the projects, and we worked hard. Poverty-stricken neighborhood, it was something. So you had to be nice, and the drug dealers took care of you.
Those are the days. My guy Shah, right, and his brother Brian, who are from Rochdale, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who exposed me to 40 back in the days. I played, I think, either with the tournament in 40 or in the other P's down the block.
Oh, Baisley.
Mm-hmm. The drug dealer tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
And I remember in the 80s, it being so jam-packed out there and, similar to Brooklyn. So the vibe was just normal. This is like the New York City basketball in the summertime. You know how it go.
Oh, yeah. 13, 14, 15 years old, that was our NBA championship.
Facts.
So that's all we knew. And we had that crowd. We knew that way it was going to get us out of here.
Right. Man, listen. If you don't know, and if you already know, coming from New York City, it's a jungle. It's a dog-eat-dog world. But if you're a ball player, you get a pass from the drug dealers. You get a pass from the shooters. You get a pass from the hard rocks, right? Unlike nowadays, they kind of bring the ball players in on what they're doing, right? We weren't allowed to join the gangs and the crew and stand next to dice games unless we had money and we was a part of it.
Yeah, but they didn't want you to be a part of it.
There you go.
They didn't want you to be nowhere around it. Listen, don't be like us.
That's right.
There was a different code back then.
Yep.
Now it's no code.
No
You know,
code.
they like, listen, I go down, you go down.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
You know, we trying to get the young youth away from that right now.
Yeah, and I try to tell them, right? The reason why these guys put y'all down so they can snitch on you because they know you can't do nothing to them.
Exactly.
You take all the weight and then you feel like you somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And then your life is ruined.
Facts.
But it wasn't like that for me. They made sure I stayed far away from that. You know, I had everything I needed. You know, sneakers, clothes, money. You know, they didn't glorify any of that stuff that they were doing.
That's so real, man. I'll share some of the story. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but just a brief story about the original 50 Cent, who's from my neighborhood, who saw me playing the game, and him and his, goons is standing over by the side as I was leaving the park, and he waited for me to come here. And I thought I was gonna get robbed, but the only thing they could have taken from me was my basketball. They couldn't fit my sneakers. It's like they just gonna take my basketball. So, but I'm not gonna front like I'm not going over there because they may shoot me. Who knows? I was young. I just was, my heart was pumping, but they was like, yo, Slim, yo, you can play, man. You know, keep doing what you're doing and don't be like them suckers over there. It was some dudes shooting dice. And I say this all the time, man. And that always stuck out to me, right? I know you had similar situations, but it's just how we were given a pass to move on and do what we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I was lucky enough to do it, you know, just to follow that lead, you know, and to just basically go hard in the craft and learning it at an early age helped me have a successful career. So.
And that you did, brother. And that you did.
Yeah. I got lucky. I was one of the lucky ones that was able to get away from it.
That's right. That's right. So who was the best player in your neighborhood when you was coming up? Like, was Chivas the model? Was he the actual model?
Absolutely. He was a model. And then like you said, you had Dave Edwards, and then who else came from that area? Then after me it was Rafer, because he lived up the block from me.
Right.
And that was pretty much it from that area after that.
Look, what I know about your area and all the ballers that came out of there, you know, when Derek was on the show, he was just like, you know, me and Bimmy came up playing together, you know. That was my guy, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know.
Everybody got a story with Bimmy, man. Bimmy was a baller. And he loved ball. He loved ball.
This is why I have such a connection to that, because I love to hear about guys who people think just one thing about them, but there's so many other different levels to these guys.
Oh, absolutely. It seemed like they didn't have a heart, but they absolutely did have a heart. You know, they did bad things to survive, and they helped other people survive. You know, it went both ways. It definitely went both ways. But for the youngsters that were coming up, they made sure they took care of them. They fed them. You know, they took them out to eat, different places, showing them how to really, you know, play ball in other neighborhoods. Because we took our craft to other neighborhoods. We went Northside, Rochdale, it didn't matter, Far Rock. We did it. And you had to be that dude to survive in that type of atmosphere.
Very true, very true. When did you start to take the game seriously? When did it hit you when you said, you know what? Like, this is what I want to do? Was it early on or like teenage years?
No, it was early on. I was lucky enough to have my high school basketball coach was Ron DeClario. He was my gym teacher at ISA. So 7th grade, this dude was pulling me out of science class to work on my game, to work on my inner core, you know, and I was able to dunk by the 8th grade. You know, 2 hands in games.
Hold
Yeah,
on, hold
he
on.
gave me
Time
that
out.
dog.
First tech of the night, man. First tech of the night. We're gonna go right, yo, brother. Dunking 2 hands in the 8th grade. Right? Come on. A lot of us, we got to get that running start from like half court or the top of the key, and we barely getting it in. You was under the rim, 1-step bounce, power dunk.
Power dunks. I got the photo.
Wow.
I got the photo. Yes. You know, people always ask for receipts, and I make sure I got all receipts. You know, kids don't understand these days. Oh, I don't say, you know, I don't see you on YouTube. I don't see you doing this. I played before YouTube and all of that. You know, I pull out my little newspaper clippings. Oh, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Here they go. Right? Yeah, upside down.
Absolutely.
Right?
You got to.
We had these. We had these. Right?
Yeah.
That was before. Look, and we can wake up in the morning and get the paper and we in it. They can't do that.
They can't. They can't. We had the archives. You know, that was the best part of it. Because you knew you were going to be in the newspaper, that daily news or that Newsday the next day.
Facts.
So we went hard just to see our name in that newspaper.
And look, what I do for the kids in New York City, I put up articles, right? Highlights of the games, doing interviews and things of that nature, because I understand they don't get to see that, right?
Yeah.
They don't get to see the box score or how many points they had. It's probably in somebody's underneath somebody, you know, the comment section when you got to add your comments at. I'm making that the post right now, right? I'm making that the post right now so they can actually read it and see themselves in a different light than just a picture, right? You got to get picture. Once people get the picture, the visual, now you got to give them the visual and let them think about, damn, how did this person average 30 points, 12.4 rebounds? Like you put it in their mind, right?
Yeah.
Now they got to do the other part of it.
But see, back then, I played with the greats. You know, I played with Jamal Mashburn, Brian Reeves, Jamal Falk, you know, those, you know, all of those guys, you know, and even Chibs, you know, going out the left rack. You know, I had a friend of mine from the P's. He was his cousin. And we would go out to left rack and you know, early in the morning, because that's what time they like to do it, Lost Battalion basketball.
Yeah.
We was out there balling. So,
man, those are the days. Lost Battalion going out there playing the Elm Corps and the little leagues that they had out there. Those are the days, man.
Yeah. But
so much competition.
I caught the game early though. But see, you know, I knew how to pace myself. I knew how to, you know, get my cardio in, and I broke the game down because I was taught to break the game down quarter by quarter. And
talk that talk, bro. Because kids need to see that, because now you playing the game inside of the game, right? You're not just playing the game, you playing the game inside of the game, and that's next level basketball right there.
My mentals were great, and you know, a lot of friends of mine, they laugh at me because when I do talk to kids and give back, you know, I start off with the question, you know, are you good in math? And they like, well, I'm sort of good. You know, I said, okay, well, this is basic math. I said, you know, if you're a player, are you a player? They like, everybody like, yeah, they're a player. You know, you know how that go.
That's right.
So I said, you know, you play all 4 quarters? They were like, yes. How many quarters in 8 minutes? I mean, in a quarter. They were like 8 minutes. I was like, so if you're a baller, can you score 3 baskets in 8 minutes? They like, yeah. I said, not 3-pointers, just regular baskets. How many points is that? They're like 2. I said, how many points is that total? 6. I said, okay. So you do that all 4 quarters. How many points is that? They start adding it up. They, you know, it's crazy because they start doing it on their fingers. And I'm like, yeah, come on, man. You serious? And it's like, oh, that's 24 points. I said, that's off of 3 baskets. You do everything else. You get your assists, you get your rebounds, you get a putback. That's added to your total. You averaging 30 right there if you work that formula. And I worked the hell out of that formula, man. I killed it. You know, I learned to perfect it to get that. And then I took it and I moved it up to the college level and then pros. it was all over after that.
We definitely gonna get there, brother. We definitely gonna get there. How was your transition into high school? You went to Benjamin Cardozo. You know, now you're at the phase where you like, no, it's time to play high school basketball. How was the transition on and off the court in high school?
It was hard because I had guys in front of me, but it wasn't so hard because Niclario had us playing with those guys that were there when I was in ISA, you know, and I was lucky enough to go at a guy named Dwayne Carswell. And he was the first one to go pro and out of Cardozo. You know, he went to Temple at the time, and you know, I was a young kid. I thought I was the man. I know he was the man. He's 7 feet tall. We in the parks going at each other, and I'm trying to dunk on him every time, and he punching it every time. You know, and he respected my gangster, but I still had to try him. But you know, he got the better of me, and that's what made me even tougher because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna keep going at you. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna work you just like you killing me. I'm gonna try to come right back at you. So that transition was something.
Yeah, man. I had Dwayne on during my first season. I remember him playing with us in Vanguard and Gil, the late great Gil Reynolds. You know, training him. This is when I first met Dwayne, and come to find out, you know, he told me that Ron Coach Niclario sent him down there to get his fundamentals straight, to get some basic training. And I just thought that was awesome of another coach, you know, having another coach help one of their players, right?
Yeah.
Says a lot about them, but also just watching his progress through the years, just watching him go from the bottom and just scratching the surface to being a 10, 11-year pro. It's like amazing.
Man. He worked it, you know, and he did what he was supposed to do. He kept his nose clean, and I loved it because when I got to Cali, he was in Sacramento. So I used to go see him all the time, and it was great. You know, he welcomed me with open arms. So respect to that guy too, man, Dwayne Carswell.
That's right, man. Salute to my guy. Now you're playing under Coach Ron Niclario. Before you was getting trained by him, is pulling you out of class in junior high school, and showing you the way. How are things with you guys once you got there, and what was your progress like once you got there?
Oh, he wanted me to work. He worked harder than I was doing in junior high school. I was a knucklehead because I let the fame and notoriety get to my head, you know, scoring all those points, seeing your name on in the newspaper for everything, you know, and people running up on you wanting to do interviews. At that age, I don't think he prepared me for that.
Right.
No, and it was crazy because I failed off my junior year, and my junior year hurt me. You know, and I go into a whole big story with the kids about my junior year because if I would have handled business differently, it would have been a lot of different, a lot of people's favorite players not where they were supposed to be. You know, I had a big time offer from Michigan at that time, so it might not have been a Fab Five if I would have did what I was supposed to do.
In the most important year of your high school career, kids, pay attention because this is a lesson in this, right?
Absolutely.
Your junior year has to be the most important year of your high school career, unless you're a really late bloomer. But if you got it going on and you showing progress, your junior year is definitely it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because I didn't think they would come down. I spoke to them on a Monday. You know, I'm on the phone with the coach. Yeah, everything is great. He asking me everything is good. You know, not knowing anything. Report cards come out on Wednesday. I get, I fail off Friday. We got a game in Francis Lewis. they pull up to the game in Francis Lewis, walk in the gym, find out I'm not playing, walk right back out.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, that's when you get labeled the typical New York City basketball player. So I have a lot to give back to the kids when I talk to them because I've been there, I've done that, I've been from the hood. You know, I've seen the bad side, I've seen the good side of it. You know, it's the people that you keep around you that kept me positive and focused to not give up. You know, and that's all like that. You know, you can't give up.
Definitely a great message, man. I want to give a shout out to Chelsea Green. She said, "Go, big brother." My guy, all ball with Uncle Ice. My guy, two sons in the building. Eric Weaver, my favorite referee, is in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Ayatollah Beats is in the building. For sure.
Absolutely.
Good looking out.
Those are nice. Chelsea's my sister. I love her. How you doing, sis?
No doubt.
Can't
That's
wait
awesome.
to see you and my little nephew.
Aaron Anderson is in the building. Gary Rush is in the building.
All right. Those are my guys, too. Gary Rush played with me at Cardozo.
Okay. Salute. Who else is that? That ball, Jody, if I'm saying, or J Dot.
Okay.
Listen, if you guys got questions, we'll get them on during the show. Just ask the questions and we'll put them on the screen somewhere during the show and get your questions answered by my guy. All right? Appreciate you. Yeah. So let's talk about a little Cardozo ball, right?
Okay.
Like, freshman year, JV or varsity?
Well, I went in 10th grade.
Okay. All right.
IS8 went to
IS8. There you go. Goes to 9 because that's intermediate. So
but I went straight to varsity. We didn't do any of that, you know. We know no JV around here.
Yo, when I talk to a lot of my guys, unless I speak to the Catholic school guys. Now, some guys, you know, they have a system.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Even a great Kenny Anderson, icon basketball player, he didn't play JV, but he didn't start on varsity. Isn't that crazy?
He was in the develop mode, but that day he was a monster.
No, he wasn't. Let me tell you something, fam.
No?
I played against Kenny. Yes. When he was a freshman up at Glens
Falls.
Freshman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Freshman, yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, he was a work in
the
progress.
The game before we played them in Glen Falls, he beat St. Anthony's out in Long Island. They had Tom Grice. Tom Grice come on the show. My guy, he's doing comedy right now. Salute to Tom Grice. Kenny killed all freshman year. But Coach, what's my coach? Coach Curran, he had a thing for, you know, staying loyal to his seniors. Right? So the seniors started, and then that second quarter, Kenny came in.
Yeah. He did. You're right.
He was a problem. Best freshman in the nation, and I think he's all city. If he didn't win player of the year that year, I think Malik won it, but then after that,
it was on him. It was on him. You know, the crazy thing is, you know, Malloy was on my radar also. Playing with him I'm a year behind him. You know, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, you wouldn't have no choice but to keep the books in there. Them nuns and fathers would have been on you.
Yeah.
No doubt. So what year can you say you came into your own? Right off the back, or after you recovered your senior
right
year?
Off the back, because I kept my formula. And at the end of the game, I didn't start, but I still had 20. And they were saying that, like, how's this kid still have 20 points and he's not starting? I'm playing more minutes, but I knew how to score. That was my thing. The ball dropped in my hand. I knew how to put that ball right back up. You know, and I was blessed to learn that early. And I think it was my 10th grade year. I would say after the first 4 or 5 games, I got comfortable with the speed of the game, and I knew I could play it from there.
I think sometimes kids underestimate speed of a high school game and being in condition, right? it's a whole different ball game.
It is, and they don't look at it. They don't see each level has a different speed, and if you don't play beyond that speed, you'll never reach your maximum potential. And when you coast and you don't really work as hard, it's not going to work for you. You know, coming from where I came from and the people I had around me, we knew we had to play at a certain speed. You know, it was crazy because we had that competitive edge and nature in our system. These kids don't have that anymore. And it didn't matter where you went, you knew you had to be that guy. Now when kids go to different places, they like, oh, they scared of the guy that they getting ready to go against. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is prime time. I want to show out just like you should be wanting to show out against me. But you knew when I walk into a park or a gym, you knew you had to play that day because I wasn't going to take no prisoners. And I was expecting the same thing wherever I went, you know. So we have to start teaching that back to the kids, you know, have that competitive nature. Like, it's okay to be friends outside of ball, but once we get on that court, we're not friends no more until after the game is over.
Just imagine they saw their competition in the paper. You think they're scared now. Just imagine they seeing the big picture, the Sunday spread, right? Full article of it could be anybody, you know, Ian Jackson, you know, Boogie Flan, and you playing against these guys, you know, and you saying to yourself, oh, I gotta go against Brandon Williams this week.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so tough because they put him in the paper.
They get shook. They know. But see, you know what it is? Instagram killed it because now they looking at all these other kids' highlights on Instagram, and they don't have no Instagram pictures or film or nothing. And now I gotta go against you. Oh, I'm scared to death now. No, you can't be that way. See, our New York City ways. This is where I loved it because we had the grittiness of not having that type of respect. We respected your game, but we're not going to be scared of you. These kids are scared now. So,
yeah, I see it. Trust me, I see it. And if someone asks me about a player and they go, you know, you seen the tape on this kid, I'm like, no, I didn't watch it. I need to see the kid play. Like, I want to see it live. I don't want to see Memorex. I don't want to see the DVD. I don't want to see the movie. I want to see the kid play live. I want to see his attitude, how he runs the court, how he is when he come off the bench. I want to see how he is with his teammates. All the things that other people are not watching, I want to see because I know sooner or later, if he don't have those things in check, he ain't going too far. Or he's going to break down when things get rough. I want to see a player in adversity.
Yeah.
And then how he bounced back out of it.
And that's what college coaches are looking for nowadays. That's part of recruitment.
That's right. So when y'all see that new basketball head scout report, just know it's going to be official for somebody who played the game and looking at the game from a different level.
Absolutely.
For sure. For sure. So, average 20 your sophomore year, which is crazy. And my bad, because I'm gonna blow a late tech on you. That's crazy. Not see again when we talk about being a sophomore, 10th grade and doing what you're doing is not normal. Kid I saw tonight, just amazing. Metro BDA, Trayvon. He's a sophomore. His game is crazy.
Oh, yeah?
He could be at the Christ the Kings. He could be at the Hayes. He could be at the Stepping Axe. He has that level, you know, of type of game. So hopefully, you know, he's doing all the right things so he can get to the next level because he definitely has an impactful game.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's good, yeah.
But back to you, brother. 20 points, 10th grade year. Bad news, you're ineligible your junior year.
But I did
Right.
play 5 or 6 games my junior year, and
Okay.
and that was going to be crazy year too, because I'm at the 30-point level there.
So hold on. You played 5 or 6 games in the beginning or towards the end?
The beginning.
So the beginning, and then you become ineligible. What, you came ineligible twice because you could come back in January, right?
Yeah, no, the report cards came out in December
Okay.
at that time, and that's where it went all bad for me.
Got you.
Because again, that notoriety, I wasn't ready for it. You know, my head was too big to even walk into the school. I'm always cutting class. You know,
Got
it
you.
was crazy because I'm cutting class, and you know, over by Cardozo, there's a famous pizza place, and we're in the pizza place, and lo and behold, Whoopi Goldberg walks in.
Whoa.
Yeah, she buys us all pizza and was like, "Wait a second, I know all y'all supposed to be in school. I don't want to see y'all here again." You know, so that's the type of respect that the older people gave us. Like, wait a second, we're gonna do for you, but we don't want to see you again. You know, you get a pass this one time, but never again. And I was that guy. You know, like I said, I was at the 30-point range at that time, my junior year. So now I'm ready to take off. But I didn't want to go to class. I didn't want to do the extra. You know, and I when I give back and I tell the kids, you got to do the extra. That's why they call it a student athlete. You can't mess that up. You know, you got to put that time and you got to put the work in. It's not going to work if you don't put both in. So that's another reason why I got back into coaching and giving back, because I don't want to see another young black male not succeed. You know, I got to a successful point, but I didn't know how to handle it. So there's not too many guys out there like me that's going to try to help you. Watch out for that pitfall, because that's a big pit. And some people don't come out of that pit. They hit rock bottom and it's over. You know, so I didn't want to be that guy from the projects that was good and that's it. I'm going to be that hood legend. I didn't want that in my life. My family wasn't going to let me have that in my life. My friends that I had around me definitely didn't have that in my forecast. So I was blessed.
Man, that's super dope, man. So you missed out on the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have extra motivation to do your thing and get back on the court. What do you do to prepare yourself for your senior and final year to be the player that you want to be?
Everybody has that special one. And I had this one girlfriend who was like, "Yo, you gotta go to class, homeboy." I was like, "Word, okay." That was all she wrote. I went to class from then on out. We were competing with grades, you know. She's showing me her A, I'm showing her mine. And that kept me motivated to doing the right thing. And it was a blessing that she came into my life at that time to really give me that spark. And I took off from there.
Wow, that's the love of basketball right there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We still friends to this day. You know, she married, kids. It's all good. But she was there for me when it was a time of need. And you know, not too many people can admit that they needed that help, and I needed that help at that time. And I was a young kid. I didn't know no better, but I knew that I had to have both.
Yeah, salute to her, man. Salute to
Absolutely.
her. You saved one of our greats. Appreciate it.
Yes, yes.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, listen, bro, I'm gonna go straight, you know, to the grind, man. Like, who asked did you bust to get that 30 and 12? Like, really, like, who were you going against?
Oh man.
You know, you named a lot of names back then, brother.
Man.
Like, who did you give that work to that you said, you know what? And to prove that you was one of the best, because right, you missed out in that year, and you see all these guys getting this pub and getting all these letters. What's the attitude like your senior year?
My senior year was I didn't care who it was in front of me. I'm gonna go through you. You know, we had Hillcrest at the time. We had Jamaica. Who we had? We had Springfield.
What was Newtown? Was Newtown in
man, Newtown. We caught a hole. I think we caught a hole of Newtown in the playoffs.
I'm trying to see. No, I think probably Omar Lee was
Omar Lee was around. He was around.
Omar Lee was around. Salute to my guy, Omar Lee. Yes, okay.
Yeah,
I know they had a bunch of big boys over there too.
The Fitzsimmons brothers.
Yes.
I ran into them. We ran into them. They're the ones that knocked us off the high horse in the playoffs in the city. Where did we play? Might have been City College we were at. That's when we had the playoffs.
And you had to go against both of them at the same time?
Both the big dudes and Omar.
Woo!
It was
that's
crazy.
That's a lot of trouble right there.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, man. It was hard for me, but I did cry on the way home because I was dog tired. You know, I gave him a 20 piece.
Right.
It wasn't enough.
Got you. Yeah, I'm sending this out to Omar right now too. Derek Cheever should be on the check-in as well.
Oh my
wow,
gosh.
This is dope.
Yeah, that's listen, man. I love that guy. Derek is definitely my motivation. When I was in Cardozo, I actually, took a Band-Aid and sewed it to my uniform. I sewed it to my shorts and I sewed it to my jersey.
That's crazy.
How much influence that dude had on me.
Let me tell you, we was down in Brooklyn, right? I never saw Derek play until I played with him. He was my roommate at the Empire State Games. We used to hear these stories of this dude who played for Holy Cross named the Band-Aid Man. Right? So just imagine and this is how it was. There was no social media. It was newspaper and word of mouth. And word of mouth traveled. So if you was a killer in the street, your name rang bells throughout the city.
Woo.
If you was a shooter, drug dealer, your name rang bells. But if you was a ball player, your name bounced from house to house to house.
Yeah.
And the Band-Aid Man was his, all of us did it. I wore a Band-Aid. Trust me. It was a thing to do. And I never met the dude until he became my roommate. And saw him play. It was crazy.
He was a silent assassin.
Yes.
He was definitely a silent assassin. But you want names like, when I went through, at that year, my senior year, who did I go? We went through Jason Curry at Hillcrest.
Ooh.
Sean Titus at Forest Hills. Crafton from
Jackson, right? Yes,
Ryan
yes.
Oliver from Springfield, Corey Williams from Franklin K. Lane, Wes Nelson from Jamaica, Ted Portwine from Jackson.
Ted Portwine.
Ted Portwine from Jackson.
Facts.
Who else? When we were running through Brooklyn, Lamont Jones. I love that dude. Respect that.
Facts.
I played pro ball with Lamont. Kwame Morton, Maurice Brown.
Kwame Morton, Lafayette, great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Maurice Brown, Mo Brown, Grady, great.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Lawrence Pollard, Donald Taylor.
Boys High, Prospect Heights.
Mm-hmm. Juju, Norman Marbury.
Yes, Lincoln, my home. That's right.
Those are my guys. And then
such a tough era. A tough era.
Oh man. Who else? Frank Curtis from JFK. This is from the Bronx now.
Yes.
Now. Who else? David Sweeting from Manhattan.
Yes. Facts.
Who else? Jermaine Frazier.
Yes.
Thomas. Like we had a list. Like I said, at that time, these were the dudes that were doing it. along with Jamal Mashburn and Faulkner and Brian Reese and David Kane and all those dudes. Like, these were some real dudes. You had to come across these dudes at some place at some time. And if you were a baller, you didn't just stay in your neighborhood. You had to go outside the neighborhood in order for your name to ring bells.
Facts.
And to have that respect, you know. And that was a tough era. That was definitely a tough era.
And it wasn't 1,000 AAU teams where everybody was spread out. You had to battle and be one of the dogs to play.
Yeah, it was either Riverside or Gauchos.
Yeah,
I played for both. You know, Aim High,
Madison Square Broncos, which I played with.
Madison Square Broncos.
Yeah.
You know, we played for all of that. You know.
Man. Wow. So when you was coming up, what tournaments did you play in, and where did you what other boroughs did you travel to play in the different tournaments? Do you remember?
I played in everything. We played in the Mark Jackson, which was underneath the bridge.
Yep.
You know, we played Mark Jackson. We played Manhattan Center. I played everywhere. You name it, I was there. The Gaucho Gym.
Was Citywide around when you?
Citywide was there. Oh man, he played with B. Reese. It was a guard.
You talking about B. Reese? It's B. Reese, Derek Phelps, Khalid Reeves.
Derek Phelps. Khalid was one of my guys too. They all from my era, but Derek Phelps, trust me, that was one of the best point guards out. And I played with him during that time, and I had 63 because he kept feeding me. That dude, I was so tired, I couldn't believe that dude kept feeding me.
Talk about another second to play. 63. What tournament was that?
That was the all-time high. That was LaGuardia House.
Wow. What you know about playing in LaGuardia House?
LaGuardia House. You knew I had to be there.
Yeah, trust me. I play in LaGuardia House. I already know what it's about.
Oh yeah. That was my all-time high.
Wow.
63. And he kept feeding me. Like, I loved him for that. He was like, yo, I had to keep giving you the rock. He was hot.
One of the smartest ball players in New York City history, right? A dude that could score but chose to make everybody else better before he won, and then could score when he won. Mm-hmm. So don't slip up.
Oh, yeah.
He could definitely score when he won.
That's why he made it to North Carolina.
Man, listen. Yo, you know the thing that drives me up the wall with today's player? A dude on their team could be hot and somebody else looking for their shot.
It's selfishness.
I don't get that. Like, I watched a kid today hit 4 in a row. He had 2 dunks and 2 threes. He's burning fire. Everybody else is looking for their shot.
Keep feeding him until he get tired. Then once he get tired, then somebody else take over. That's how it should be. That's how it used to be.
It drives, no matter what game I'm at, I can see a dude hit 3 in a row, 4 in a row. A dude would come down and look for a shot. Like, I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
That's because
I got to control myself because I'm taping the games and I don't want to be saying this over tape. So I'm like, yo, what the hell is he doing?
Yo, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And that's why, it's coaching also. It's coaching also. The coaching is different. And they don't explain to the kids what's right and what's wrong. And to let them think that it's okay to keep trying to find their shots when somebody's hot. We was taught growing up to abuse the weakest link. And these kids don't do that. They just want to put up any type of shot. They don't care. And that's not basketball. You got to really teach them basketball. And, for a lot of these coaches, I don't knock anybody for whatever style they got, but teach the kids the right way. If you in the lab, be in the lab, showing them the right thing. You know, I've been watching Robert Phelps. That's another guy that came up with me.
My God, I was just with him yesterday.
And he's showing those kids how to really play basketball. And he's giving back severely, wholeheartedly. And he's giving back everything that he was taught. I like that. That's the same philosophy and love that I give back to. And I love seeing that. So salute to Rob Phelps too. Definitely, man.
And he coaches what he has.
Yes. Yes.
Right? He don't go out here poaching players. You have to have an 80 average. So, quick story. I do a special on this player, right? I go to practice. We're doing the features. My first feature is just things I wanted to branch out doing. So he calls me. He's like, "Yo, Glenn, I got this kid. It's a very special kid. You should come out and do a feature on him." You know how we do, bro. Let's do it. So I go do a feature on the kid. Turns out awesome. You got Coach legendary Ted Gustis. Coach Ted Gustis is working with him. You know, plus Rob is in the gym. You know, love, New York City basketball love, especially for the next generation.
Yeah.
The kid fails one class. In Bedford Academy, you can't fail a core class. In any other school, he would still be eligible. He had a 79 average. You have to have an 80 to play. He's averaging 26 points a game. Rob said he couldn't play. That's holding your kid to standards.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's making them accountable for everything that they do. And that's why I say I love his philosophy and his heart and his hard work that he put in to these kids and to really show them how to be a real student athlete. You know, you're not going to be able to get that nowadays in college. You know, back in the days, they might overlook a few things, but now they're not overlooking nothing. So definitely salute to him. I mean, I feel bad for the kid for working hard, but that's his rules. That's the school rules. So.
And in college, it's the transfer portal. That's all they're doing.
That's the killer of everything. I don't like my coach. I'm going to the transfer portal. You don't do that. You stick it out. Everything is transfer portal. You get to another greener pastures, and you might not like it. Nobody likes their college coach. I didn't even like my college coach. But you don't have to like him. You got to respect him and go out and you got to work hard and do what you need to do.
Lord knows we all went through that situation. But the one thing I could say is with my situation in college is once I got to speak to my coach and kind of get what I need to say to him, you know, especially after I graduated, I got over that. And I just think he's such a wonderful man, especially the way he responded. You could have responded in a negative way. He responded in a positive way, which made me look at him at even greater person that I did before I went to the school. And now that I'm older, I respect him even more. And he just called me the other day. Salute to my coach, Tom Green, Felix Dickinson, winning this coach. He hit me the other day and he was just like, "Yo, I found the box of your old games." Yo, Ro, I wanted to break down, but I'm like, at this game, I'm at the Cardinal Hayes game, and you know, everyone always asks, especially during the show, "Yo, you got any footage?" You know, they always ask, "Yo, at least you got the national championship they can look up, right?" It's like, but my sparingly game that we have, and he found some of the goodies too. So
wow,
I was like,
"Coach, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
This is a blessing. This is a blessing."
Listen, these kids want to see that, you know. Yeah, I still have a few pictures of me, you know, playing ball overseas, and I show the kids the clippings and the pictures and stuff like that. we actually got sent a notification. I'll probably fly back out to Cali for February, and middle of February, because they're doing the whole Hall of Fame inductee stuff for Cal State Bakersfield. Putting them on the map gave me a sense of I did something. A dude from New York, from Queens, from South Jamaica, was able to go across to the other side of the world, other side of the country, pretty much, and make a mark. I felt good about myself.
You and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the only two that I know that got back-to-back state championship. No, honestly. And you went from New York City to California, both of you.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm actually in the regular Hall of Fame too. Yeah. For the college. Going 33-0 was something at that time because nobody's ever done it before. And then, the following year, it was a girls team that did it. They went 34-0. They topped us. But we still made our mark the year before, so.
Yo, brother, this is why, just these moments and having these conversations, because I just want to say how proud I am of you, because I remember I watched both of them, and seeing, it's nothing like, the guy at the foul line or you come out that introduction and they say, from Queens, New York, and you're just like, oh my God, Todd Davis, you know what I'm saying? My young guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I love that dude, man. That dude was with me all my years of college, and it was a great backstory behind him too, he used to come out to Queens to play us.
Yeah.
And the hood games, money on the line. It was like, yo, we got Boogie out here. After a while, we kept losing to Boogie. We kept losing to him. So, coach said, yo, you be a good addition. I joined him. You know what I'm saying? And it was history after that. History.
That made history again.
Yeah. We kept history going. And that was a good thing because I had somebody I knew that was going to have my back as much as I had his back. So that was a beautiful thing. But like you said, when ain't nothing like saying when you hear it on TV, CBS, your name come across, everybody got Channel 2 at that time. Not too many people had cable, but everybody had CBS. And the first thing I did was foul somebody hard because they put you on camera right away. First couple plays of the game, I knew I foul somebody, I get one in, I'm going to get my little shine, they're going to see me, and that's exactly what I did. Kids don't think that far. I thought that far.
Yo, Rod, this is so great because these are examples of playing the game inside of the game, knowing your atmosphere, knowing your situation, knowing I could take advantage of this while I'm here, right? Because you only get, right? Eminem said, you only get one shot. Y'all had two, but a lot of us get one shot.
One shot. That first shot, though, listen, I said, I'm going to take it. First couple seconds, first opportunity, foul hard. Boom. A hard one, too. Because they, if it's a weak foul, they're not going to put the camera on you. Caught them good, camera went right on me. Name underneath. Roheen Oats, foul. Okay, I'll take that. Didn't have no more fouls for the rest of the game, but I took that first foul.
That's smart. That's dope. That's dope. Look, kids, y'all hope y'all paying attention because he's dropping jewels on top of jewels on top of jewels, right? Okay, so let's back up a little bit further, right?
Okay.
Senior year, there's a lot of schools is, probably backed off at you at this time, right? And now you're at the point where you really got to make some hard decisions. Where do you go? And how can I be successful going there? What was that recruiting process like for you? And after it was all done, and you decide to go out to Cal State Bakersfield, were you still regretting you didn't go Division I?
No, but before that, there's another story because the recruitment was rough. So I had to go JUCO. Had to go JUCO. And by going JUCO, gave me those extra times, and I went to California with Ty Davis to a school called Columbia University. And that gave us a big, big opportunity to really work on our game and do what we had to do. So
now, go ahead. Keep going. Sorry about that.
So with that, after the first year, me and Ty sat out my first year, and he played the second year. That second year, we had a lot of Division I schools after us. Now, I was either going to come back to New York to go to St. John's or go to UNLV. So those two were on my scope, and I wasn't going nowhere else. I ain't had nothing to do with that. The Clario made some calls. They came to see me, stuff like that. And but that year, Tarkanian and Cardozo retired on me. And I'm like, I'm not going to play for nobody else. I'm not going to make the league with nobody else. Those two going to make me into that type of NBA player. Because at that time, I'm thinking NBA now. And we sat and thought about it. Didn't know what my next move was going to be. And that's when Bakersfield came up. Like, we the top #1 Division II school in America. And they came by with the scholarships to me and Ty Davis, like, here. And I'm saying to myself, do I struggle to try to go find another school? Or do we take this offer and kill and be happy? And we took the offer. And that was one of the best decisions that I think I ever made because it really put us on the map and made our mark on basketball.
A lot of kids, especially in our era, we were so caught up in going D1, right? We were so brainwashed in this tunnel vision, and it's okay because you want to reach the highest plateau, right? But we shut a lot of people out. I shut so many Division IIs out. I shut so many black colleges out. Like, I didn't want to even hear them. Like, I was stiff-arming them, right? Not knowing.
That was our mindset.
Right.
That was because we saw our peers all going to certain schools, and we like, well, I can do better than that. No, I wasn't going low D1, and I didn't want to go to a mid major. I knew my talent was enough to get me higher than that. But to say I settled, I don't think I settled because coming out that year after we signed and going 33-0 showed me that we were better than most Division I schools. And we had the spotlight because every win, they kept looking at us. And then that's what brought the Sports Illustrated around. And ain't nothing like having a Sports Illustrated spread. Not too many people I can say have that, and I've been blessed to have that,
With any kid now, it's like Sports Illustrated, like, still doing college basketball. Think about that. Think about that era, right? It's just like, are they still doing college spreads?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to think about. And that era was just such a magnificent era. Yeah.
But it's always now to get any type of notoriety through social media. They do social media on everything. As long as they throw a Twitter clip up, they're good.
Facts.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Big Eric Williams. Absolutely. That Eric Williams was my guy. I loved him. He's from Texas. This dude would wake up 6 o'clock in the morning and go work out. lifting heavy weights. All right, get out of bed. Let's go. We're gonna go to the weight room. So
that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Shout out to Robert Rivers, man. Shout out to Robert Rivers for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. He said 30-0. Who cares about D-Wall Rod? Todd killed it. He said Todd killed it.
Yeah, we did. And two New York dudes. That's all I can say. Two official New York dudes. Because Ty was official. And nobody really gave Ty. Ty is a New York point guard.
Yes. Actually, New York City point guard. Yeah.
Nobody's really giving him that respect because his crossover was crazy. He didn't have the jump shot like everybody. Oh no, but he hit you with that cross. You and one. It's and one all day.
And he was a big guard, so he get into the hole and get to do what he want.
Absolutely strong, and he'll dunk on you.
Facts.
So that was my guy. That was my guy, man. You know, and I watched him. It was so many days that we played one-on-one, or I watched him, or we worked out, and he worked. It wasn't like he didn't work, and he worked on his crossover. The only crossover I can say, he had a Chris Jackson, a Mahmoud Raouf crossover with a wide body, you know, and it was deadly. It was definitely deadly. And we came out there with his skill sets. I came out there with my skill set, and we looked at each other and said, yo, we just going to murder Cali. And that's what it was about, murdering Cali.
Let me give you a jewel, right? So he got his crossover from his brother Trev, who I had on the show, right? And Ty, I told him he always have an open invitation to come. So make sure you hit him up and tell him, get in your big bro show.
Absolutely.
But Trev got it from Pearl. Wide body, point guard, crazy crossover, right? So all those things is kind of passed down, and Ty was around all of those things, seeing all of those things happen. So just to see him pick up that same move, right, and have that craftiness with the ball is crazy.
Ty respected Pearl too.
Yes.
Ty definitely respected Pearl. You know, and you know, I got a son. You know, shout out to my little man. He watching right now too.
Salute.
A little man, Elijah. He watching. He's sitting over there too, looking at me, watching the whole thing. And he balling right now. 7th grade, he working out. And I want him to see the outcome of all of this because he wants to play. I didn't force it on him, you know. And he came to me and said he wants to play ball. And I want him to be better than me. I don't want him to be like me. I want him to be better than me. And he understands that. And I'm letting him go at his pace. Most people don't let their children do that. You know, there's now. I can't do that. I don't want to be one of them dads. We came from a different era. We came from a different era. But back to Bakersfield, we wanted to kill Cali, and I think we did it successfully because people in Cali, you know, wherever we go, we ring bells. And now that we did what we did for Cal State Bakersfield and then being D1 right now, it's a lot. People want to go there because of the history. You know, so we set off the tradition.
I just want to revert back to what you was talking about with your son. I just think that was just so important. What you said, that you want him to play at his own pace. My guy Mark Petit, who's also on the check-in, he was just telling me about that early in the week with his son, right? Because you know he had his son playing CYO and all those leagues that we came up playing with. Instead of having them jump into the speed of things and let them have fun and enjoying it, right?
Yeah.
Why is that so important for young kids to go at their own pace?
Well, they don't burn out. You see a lot of these little kids coming up at a high level at 7, 8, 9 years old, but then they plateau. They're done by their 13. They don't get any better. because this is all they know is that one set and that one speed and the one I'm a dribble, crossover, step back. And that's it. Or I'm a be fancy. No, basketball, I was taught basketball wasn't fancy because you don't get cool points. And that's big. You know, I got cool points in my own mind because I would dunk on you in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. When my legs was under me, it was over. I'm gonna put it on your head, I'm gonna laugh, I'm gonna get my cool points. But other than that, you don't get extra points for the flashiness. So you let them go and you let them be basic and you let them understand the game basically. And then if they develop a skill set to where, like a crossover, like a Ty Davis, that's how they'll get some notoriety off of that. But basic works for me. That'll get you in college. That'll get you a Tim Duncan scholarship. You know, that'll get you to the league, San Antonio. I'll take that. You don't have to be. They see, and that's another thing. They looking at Giannis. They overstepping the steps. You know, you're on JV thinking that you're going to be in college. You're on varsity thinking you're going to be in the NBA, but you forgetting the steps. You know, you think your game is just as good. I thought at that time when Michael Jordan was out, I was just as good as Michael Jordan. I'll kill MJ. But then reality sets in. You know, he's not as good as no MJ. MJ is not MJ. He 101. You know, I hate when they try to compare him to LeBron or Kobe. MJ's 101. Different skill sets.
When I throw these texts, these are all positive texts, brother. Because I just try to revert to what is used for basketball in the real game. I get so tired of people telling me that LeBron is better than Mike. They skip right over Kobe, right? They just act like Kobe don't exist or never existed. But when they try to compare him to Mike, and I'm going, do y'all understand what y'all saying? But look at the statistics. Look how many. And I'm just like, so now y'all doing the number thing, right? When this guy, he didn't even take any 3-pointers. He played defense. He stopped people.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
And he took his off.
And he had moves. And he had go-to moves. Then he had other moves. Then he had, if that move didn't work, he had alternative moves. There's so many things that he had that, and I like LeBron.
Yeah.
But when that comparison, I'm like, stop it. Because I don't think those people who say that saw Jordan play in real time. And if those who did, I don't know what they're smoking.
He's a great player, but he's definitely no MJ. And just like you said, there's nowhere in the world you're going to skip over Kobe. Kobe's work ethic alone blows him out of the water. And don't get me wrong, LeBron works hard. But Kobe, that's why he had the Mamba mentality. And I promise you, man, I send these things to my kids, you know, that I coach right now, all about Mamba mentality. Because when you have that mentality, you're going to be special. You're going to be different. And it's okay to be different. Kobe accepted being different because that was who he was. He was groomed to be that as a young kid playing overseas with his dad. He's a little teenager, 13, 14 years old playing. He was different back then, learning the game. They have to learn the game. A lot of these kids don't understand learning the game and learning who did what and who's who in the game of basketball. Because if you don't know your history, you don't know where you're going.
Yeah, or you damn to repeat it, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the Redeem team?
Oh, absolutely.
4:30 in the morning. These guys coming back from the club, chilling, killing the ladies, popping bottles. They go up to the hotel, get in the elevator. Who's coming off the elevator to go work out? 4:30 in the morning. Y'all just coming back in.
Exactly.
That's the difference right there. And you just mentioned that mama mentality.
That mama mentality. Listen, I caught the greatest jewel ever in life from Vernon Maxwell, Mad Max, when he played in Sacramento. It didn't matter how much drugs he said he did that night or that day. He said he was still up at 5 in the morning running 5 miles a day, every day. He ran 5. How are you high and running 5 miles? He didn't care because he had that program in his brain to, this is the only way I'm going to be able to stay in the league. And the sad part is I understood it. I was like, whoa, you killing your body, but you also figuring this is the only way I'm going to be around the NBA. And these kids won't sacrifice their body. They will not get up at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, or work 2-3 times a day, just workouts, putting up shots. It's not happening.
I guess that's why they called him Mad Max, right?
Absolutely.
Robert Rivers said, Rod, this is Conrad, a.k.a. the mayor of OCP. He said, don't tell nobody my name is Robert. Little feet, you knew me all my life.
Man. He is listen, he went to Iona, right? We both got the same scholarship offer.
Wow.
I'm not going to play against you for the same spot. We played the same thing. We brothers. It was enough schools around town, and he did his thing at Iona. You know? I love you, bro. Definitely the mayor of OCP.
Salute, Rob.
Yes.
For sure. See, now when you come on the show, you get to nominate anybody you want. It's how many people you want.
Got you.
For sure. Oh, got another one. All right.
Oh, Jay Curry.
He said, Roheen is a what? Certified bucket.
Listen. That's my guy, Hillcrest. Number one, he's out there with me. You know, we were going hard at each other for years, man. He's doing a lot of give backs also, man. Doing a lot with the kids, the youth nowadays. He's running the Tom Kachowski Foundation right now.
Yeah, that's right. He's
definitely doing a lot, man. I respect him in all aspects of everything. You know, he's a great dude. Listen, when you keep great dudes around you, your life is so much better. That's where your flowers come in at. And that's one dude that I love having around me. No matter how many wars we went through when we was kids, at this age, we work together. So I love it.
That's dope. Rob Rivers, Jason, you know what y'all gotta do is holler at me, DM me on Instagram. If people try to reach out here, I'll tell people comments, I'll just comment but back and show you some love. But if you want to find me, go to Instagram. All right. My guy Ayatollah Beats, when we was talking about Mad Max, he said this. He said, hold on, he said.
It definitely was. It definitely was.
And y'all, appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely,
appreciate
man.
It means a lot
of people respect it, man. They love what you're doing. They love the content, you know, and I appreciate you having me on. You know?
Now, listen. Okay, because I need to figure this out. You and Ron Artest real close. I mean, not Ron Artest. Why did I just forget his name real quick? Lamar Odom.
We not that close, but we close enough. Yeah.
Okay. So this how I think I got you confused, right? You saw the episode on Drink Champs.
Mm-hmm.
I got you and the guy that was with him mixed up, right? So this how it goes. When Lamar Odom was on Drink Champs, salute to Drink Champs, always shouting them out, favorite podcast.
Absolutely.
I knew then that New York City needed a show for our basketball guys to come on to feel safe so they could tell their story and not be in the situation that Lamar was in.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Lamar came up a little after me. It was times when we were going at each other at Lincoln Park. Them deadly wars over there at Lincoln Park, boy. Them wars. He was that dude. Even Ron. Ron Artest. He was one of my guys too. I played pro ball with him too.
Wow.
I played at even the Nike Pro-Am back in the days with Ron.
Facts.
So those are some of the best times of my life, playing against some of the best NBA players. Elton Brand. That's a strong dude.
He's, again, another New York dude, okay? I know it says the official for New York City basketball, but we celebrate all of New York. Because when we go against other states, we just don't have the 5 boroughs. We got Long Island, we got upstate, Westchester County. It's a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Facts. Facts. He said, "No, Ra, I did my thing in Lamar CC with Bobby Cunningham, Raw School."
Oh, yeah. No.
Yes,
right,
Basket
right.
Mustafa. And
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen,
Bobby Cunningham, another one.
Shooter.
Yes.
Out of Brooklyn.
Facts.
Killer. Fireman. That's what they called him.
Yeah.
That's one thing. He hit you with that jumper, boy. It was lights out. And he played with Ty Davis with us too. Yeah. I played with some real dudes, man, some real killers out there. And that's what made my game elevate also. By playing against guys like that and playing with them. It's you can't let the guy next to you outshine you. You know how that go. They out there killing. Nobody shoots 100%. And that's what I tell my kids. Go get a rebound. You're not getting the ball. Go get a rebound. Go get a putback. It's right there. So, and it patch your stats. It definitely patch your stats. And that's why, right now I also coach a Long Island team, with the best of Long Island kids.
Yes.
Nassau and Suffolk. And, I was lucky enough to come back to the old hood in Queens at ISA. And we lost in the championship, this fall. It hurt, but listen, they had a couple kids out there, that Christ the King kid, he real. That kid is real, man. And I think, where's he going? Arizona?
UCLA.
Oh, yeah, UCLA.
Brandon Williams.
That dude is going to be a household name real soon. Once they get him out there in Cali and he start playing his game.
And he's still a baby. I think once it really, really kicks in, because I seen him a lot. And just on a consistency level to play great is not there yet.
Yeah.
He has a lot of greatness in him.
Mm-hmm.
But at these levels, especially at that top tier level out there in UCLA, you know what it's like being out in Cali and the amount of ball players that they have out there.
Yeah.
And I know the head coach that they have out there right now is kind of bananas. So, I think once he gets to that point where he's consistently good, because he can shoot the 3 ball, got a nice big body, get up and down the court, I think he's definitely going to be a problem.
Yeah, he definitely is. If he works, that's all going to be on the kid. It definitely is going to be on the kid.
Yeah, I done seen them all play. The Ian Jacksons, Boogie Flan, you name them. I'm out there watching them. So definitely got a lot. And public school has a ton of good ball players that not getting that same recognition. But that's what we're here to do, to kind of balance and make sure everybody get that shine.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's one of my pet peeves with myself, how I need to come back to the city and get more in tune with the city players, you know. I got my guy, Tony Wade, rim rocker. I'm a rim rocker for life. That's my guy. You know, we on the circuit all summer long with all the New York City tournaments, you know, Gersh and all those places. And I must really start trying to get involved and see more of those city kids and try to put my hands on them and trying to get them right also.
Well, Ra, I'm about to put you on to something. If you want some real basketball, high school basketball, if you want to play under the lights, if you want to come and play under the lights and you want to do it up big, all right, come out and check us out at the Brevoort Basketball League, all right?
All
My
right.
tournament here in Brevoort that we have here, and this is how we doing it, baby.
Oh, man. Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
So listen. So in a great high school basketball, we don't even do pro-am, right? Because you know how most parks, you know, salute to all the tournaments out there, but the nightlife is reserved for the pro-am. We reserve ours for high school basketball, right?
Okay.
I got 3 Long Island teams coming out here.
Okay.
For next year. Now, we had 10 teams last year. I know it's definitely gonna double. We're gonna at least have 20 to 25 teams. It's gonna be a lot because now everybody see what the first year was like. And everywhere I go, they're like, yo, Pooh, we got to get in your tournament. We got to get in this tournament, man. Trust me. All the top ball players, especially all the public school ball players. We had, I think Zavarian was our only Catholic school, but we had some Catholic school guys spread out. We had Bishop Lockland guys. But it was nice. First year, you see how crazy
really
was.
nice.
So mind you, we are bigger King Towers.
Okay.
So we are bigger King Towers, nice full court, nice and wide. Got bleachers on 3 sides of the court. People are sitting down. Nobody's on the court. Kids can shoot their threes without people being on the court.
Yeah. Because you know how it gets.
Even though our park gets packed, we don't play that. Like, no baseline. We not you go if you sit down, you gotta sit down on the baseline, and there's nobody on the opposite baseline. Because we there to watch the kids. We're not here to watch the fans.
Yeah. I got
You know
you. I got you. Don't worry, we're gonna put some
for sure.
in there.
For sure. All right, so let's get back to you. Let's wrap this up, man. Look, right. You're a New York City kid, Southside, 40 price. You go out to California. Northern California, that is. So for people that don't get it, you still getting that California sun and that California weather, but it's a little different how you guys did, right? Tell me about the life.
It was like an hour from LA. It's an hour from LA.
Oh, so yeah, it's not 3 hours where it's crazy northern. Okay, got you.
Not that far north.
Got you.
Yeah, we right there. It was a different look, you know. We coming from an area, like we said, from New York, that it was nuts. And it was like, how can I explain it, man? Just living that Cali life, it was different. The hustle and bustle, everything is slower. You know, we had to get accustomed to that. We definitely had to get accustomed to that. But it was fun. You know, coming from New York, having that New York swag. That's who we were. You know, everybody wanted to know who we were, who those New York dudes. And we had to show them. You know, we were tested every single. That's the thing. When you coming from New York and your name is coming with you, it's bring your game, not your name. And they'll let you know about it. So every day we were tested, practice. Even when we playing pickup games, you know, it was crazy. It was crazy. We spent a lot of time out by UCLA, out in South Central. You know, it was crazy. You had to go see all of that stuff that you see on TV. You know, and back then, it was crazy. Mid-90s. It was definitely crazy. It was definitely something to see, but it was fun. It was definitely
Gang banging, active, very active.
Oh man!
Watch what colors you wearing and watch what neighborhood
yeah.
you go to.
Mm-hmm. That was already, you know, they let you know that immediately. So we had to get accustomed to that type of lifestyle.
You talked about the first championship run. What was that second championship run like? And did y'all think y'all could do it again?
That second championship run, we was cocky until the first loss. And then we were like, oh, hold on. Yo, people gunning for us. We you know, they trying to find chinks in the armor. We gotta find a way to close up the little holes that we were, you know, doing. We wasn't coming out hard. We were coming out slow. You know, like a boxer, you come out slow. Somebody hit you with that good punch, it's over. Or you let a fighter last a few extra rounds that they supposed to, they might get a lucky shot in. And then that's how it was. So we went, where did we go? 27-5. We went about 27-5 that year. And once we got to the playoffs, it was like, all right, come on, let's get this right. You know, me and Todd looked at each other like, yo, we brothers. We got to go back to back. Like, we got to do what we need to do. Let's handle our business. You know, let's finish our breakfast. And we pulled the other guys to the side. You know, we had a bunch of young, you know, dudes that were hungry. And we were like, yo, we're going to rely on y'all when we out the game. Y'all give us that couple-minute blow. You got to go out and kill, too. You got to give them that motivation. And that's pretty much what happened. We decided to come together when we needed to come together. We put our differences aside and said, you know what, that 33-0 is over. We can't live off of that no more. We got to live for now. And then that's what we did. We took care of business.
Wow, man. What game you think sticks out the most to you? And how tough was it? How good was it? Like, give me a game that sticks out the most to you that you said, you know what, I'm never going to forget this game besides the championship game, because that's the obvious one.
I think it was the Western Conference Finals for us. You know, the Western Conference Championship, to get to go to the championship, because it was a lot riding on it. You know, I think we played Kentucky Westland, and
always tough.
Ooh, they had some high flyers. You know, we were banged up. You know, we were sore. Because again, it was a fight. It was a battle the whole way there. But these young dudes, they was hungry. And that's the thing. We had to be smarter players. And that's what helped us understand who we were as players and who we were in the game of basketball, because we had to use our basketball IQ. And we took care of business. So
that's real. Look, Kentucky Wesleyan always in the fight, always up there, and definitely have a lot of tough players coming out of that school.
Mm-hmm.
For sure, for sure. Now, all these years later, right? when we talk about, winning national back-to-back championships, all your guys that went D1, all of your guys that was McDonald's All-American, all your guys who, did all they, had all the accolades coming up when you kind of stumbled and recovered it and bounced back. And everybody who probably questioned, some of the things you do on the sidelines, right? Do you ever say to yourself, man, would y'all the hell up? I won 2 national back-to-back championships. And I was the god. I was MVP, right? Do you guys understand what this guy did? Like, look, I know you're a humble guy. You're a humble dude. So I'm going to brag for you. Don't ever question my guy. Ever, ever. He tell you something, kids, listen, right? And all you dudes, get all your accolades, slow down a little bit. Because when you win back-to-back national championships, you deserve to talk your ish every time.
I think about it sometimes, and I always tell people, once you look at my record, just go back and look at it. I never talk about it. I never brag about it. Even to my son, he knows what I did, but he doesn't know because I don't brag about it. I don't talk about it like that. I keep it, like you said, humble, because it's a humbling experience. Because after you win that first one, it's like, yo, we went through all of this to get to this, and this is what came out of it. Not too many people can say that, I was blessed to see the world, and play basketball. Not too many people can say that.
Facts. Facts.
Just having it. He right. We did put on for the NYC. We definitely put on for NYC, and that's what we knew we had to put them on our backs. We were strong enough to put them on our backs because we knew the people that we had around us were supporters. We didn't have haters. Having haters, we don't want to associate ourselves with that. And we know who was hating and who wasn't hating. We come back home, they talking crazy. Oh, what y'all gonna do now? This and that. Y'all gonna make the league. It was bigger. They didn't even let us enjoy it. But we enjoyed it because we got a chance to say, you know what? We're going to stop. We're going to smell the roses, and we're not even going to care what nobody say.
And it's so crazy, right? Because if y'all did make the league, they're going to say, now what you going to do now?
Mm-hmm.
You win the championship in the league, like, so what you going to do now? It's like never grateful. Like, look, bro, I think we put emphasis on some of the wrong things, right? And we don't get a chance to give each other flowers. And that moment during COVID, when we start hearing all these guys passing away, the Dave Edwards, the Lee Green, the Chris Brooks, back-to-back Mo Kirby, all these other people, so many people passed away who never got a chance to tell their story. I said, you know what?
And those were
it's totally right.
You just named some real dudes. Like, they impacted the game of basketball in New York City also. Because Lee Green, Mo Kirby, all of those dudes, you knew you had to play against. You knew you had to show your best against them dudes because they was going to give you the business if you didn't come out. If you didn't come out, boy, they was going to give you the business. So,
real talk.
It's respect to those dudes, and that was a part of our youth growing up. That's what made us who we were and who we are. And I appreciate every little bump in the road that I've taken and turned it into a positive experience and keep my blessings, and then that's why I pass on my blessings.
Facts. When you finished up school, what country did you play for first? And just let's go through, the amount of countries you played in.
Oh man.
And I want to know, what was your favorite country to play
in? My first country out of it was Indonesia. That was my first country. When I first got out of school, I played USBL for Long Island, which was a summer pro league. And that's what got you at that time, back in the days, got you that first look for the NBA. But then, it didn't work out. And then I went to Indonesia. I think that was the best place I've been to, as far as there in the Philippines. Playing in Indonesia was the best.
What do people got to understand is, and especially the kids, right? Because everybody want to go, I'm going to the A. And I tell kids, you might not even make it to college. Right? We didn't have the transfer portal and all these things and hurdles that you guys got to go through. These guys is they're recruiting other college players. It wasn't like that. The guys who was transferred was so far in between. And now they're really going after D2 and D3 players to play Division I.
Yeah. Well, the pecking order is that, they look at other junior college players because they're well seasoned. Now, junior college, and I hate to say it, is like a higher version of jail ball because it's survival, period. So you're going to be tough. You have to be tough. So they looking at those kind of players, and you got 2 years left. Now, if you're that type of player and you transfer in the transfer portal, they're not looking at a freshman because you don't have any stats. I had a kid who went to, where did he go? He went to Stony Brook. 1 year. Didn't really play. Averaged like 7 points. Oh, I'm transferring. What do you mean you transferring? You don't have any stats. Where you going? And I wanted to help the kid, but every time I made a phone call, they were like, he don't have any stats. I can't, no game film, no nothing. I can't take a chance on him. He wound up going D2, right? Stats didn't even really improve there. But he was a D1 player. So now you're looking to get back into D1 after going to D2. Nobody's looking at you. They're like, okay, you averaging 9 points now in D2. You're not even killing. So kids got to understand, where you make your bed, you got to lay in it. Unless it's a really bad situation that you can't handle it anymore. And then you say, okay, I'm going to transfer out. Because you're not going to make it to the league. You're not going straight to the NBA because of a coach. It's about what you do and how you do it. Because if you're known for bouncing around, they're going to look at you like, well, you're not stable. Why do I need to take a chance on you? And you're going to try to take the best deal or offer somebody gives you, and you're going to leave me after I develop you. So they have to really make up their bed and lay in it and say, you know what, I'm going to work hard and do what I need to do.
Yeah. My guy Corey Vice asks me, is Ian Jackson going to be a one and done? He's only a junior, so who knows? But I think he still needs to develop.
Yeah.
I still think he still needs to develop, right? Because
absolutely. I feel the same way.
Yeah, still needs to develop. Definitely, man. That was a good question. Did you pick up any customs overseas, and do you speak any different languages?
Oh man, I did, but it's been so long. I forgot most of it, man. I spent a lot of years in Spanish-speaking countries. I played in Mexico 6 months at a time for 3 years. Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. I was in Beijing for a while. So then I came back here and played in a pro league, and I was blessed. I don't know if you know Seth Marshall.
Seth Marshall was my 100th show.
Everybody knows Seth Marshall.
Yeah, come
So
on,
I was lucky enough to play pro ball with Seth Marshall also, another Queens great. And we played in Ohio. It was a pro league called the IBL. And we actually won that. I won the championship there with him too. And when I first got there, he was there already. And it was crazy because he was the man. And there was another guard from Syracuse that was there. Forgot the kid's name, but he was there. And then we played. I had another big guy. His name is Garth Joseph, 7 foot tall dude who played at where did he go? He played in the league. I'm trying to figure out what team. Someplace in Canada. One of the Canada NBA teams. And, it was crazy because we had some real talent. And kids don't know these days they know recruitment, but they don't know NBA and pro recruitment also. So I'm in Winnipeg, Canada, and I'm in Garth Joseph's room. Now, mind you, he's 7'2".
Mm-hmm.
And I walk in his room, and he's on the phone. He's like, whatever. I'm like, who you on the phone with? Chicago. Chicago who? Chicago Bulls. Who? Man, I'm on the phone with Jerry Krause. I said, what? I said, stop playing. So he puts it on speakerphone, and I'm listening to the conversation that he's having with Jerry Krause in his hotel room. And he winds up at the end of the conversation saying, if you can't guarantee me a contract so I can support my family, I got to stay where I am. I said, wow, that's bananas. Because at the time, that league wouldn't let you leave and come back. Yeah, because a lot of people were going and coming, going play back overseas, or it didn't work out, they come back to the league. Nah, it wasn't none of that. And this is well before the G League, D League, and all of that other stuff. This was like the CBA type of stuff that we were playing in. And he actually told Jerry Krause while I was there, no, you can't guarantee me a contract. And I said, this is bananas. Not even a 10-day? He was like, nope, it's not enough money for me and my family. So it's real out there.
Hey, listen.
Look at a lot of things.
I had Cha-Ching on here the other day, and Sunday, and he was just like, man, be able to negotiate your worth.
It's big. It's big. It's how you negotiate your contract. It don't matter who you have negotiating your contract. Even if you have an agent, you still have to negotiate with that agent what it is you think your worth is. And most of these kids don't understand going overseas is not easy at all, period, because they don't know how to handle it. They're going to be by themselves in another country, don't speak the language, don't know who you're going to live with or where you're staying. Is it safe? None of that type of stuff. And most of these kids, they think that it's the right thing and it's cool. It's a real big situation to go play overseas.
Wow. But what was your first coaching experience?
For high school?
Anywhere.
Oh, okay. My first coaching experience, I started off my own AAU program. I joined up with some guys that I know, and we started Long Island Select, which is still going on right now for the youth. And then after that, you know, we made a good run, you know, and won a few championships. So I said, you know what? I think I can do this. This is fun for me. This is where it changes from me being a player to me giving back and showing kids how to improve their game and get ahead in life. So I decided to do that. And then I teach in Hempstead. And then I made a phone call. I said, you know what? Do you need some help? He was like, oh, Ra, do I? I'm welcoming you with all arms, you know? And boom, I started coaching for Hempstead, you know, assistant varsity coach. Then I started seeing the way the game was going, and it was going bad. The kids were being taught wrong. It was disgusting, you know, and not saying nothing about the JV coach at the time. It was just the way the culture was going. And I said, I got to go lower. So I took over the JV team, and I was winning with nothing. You know, kids that barely can, you know, walk and chew bubble gum, can't make a layup, had to, you know, spent 3 days showing right, left, up, you know, and that became fun for me, giving them the jewels that was passed to me because I had to learn that. But I made it fun for them. As long as I made it fun and exciting and gave them that desire to want to be better, it took off. And then I did that for 7 years at Hempstead High School, and now I'm at East Meadow High School coaching.
Varsity or JV?
I'm still with JV. I'm still with JV because, again,
developing.
You know, I when I coach the varsity kids, you know, my IS8 team, that's the best on Long Island. So those are my varsity kids. I show them different. They already have the tools. They already have, when we handpick those kids have it. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is give them a little here and there, and boom. But now it's definitely the JV level because I like to see those kids succeed and learn that dog, that hustle. So, you know, and I've been blessed this year. I'm 4-1.
Nice. All right.
And definitely each one teach one. That's important. It's important.
What lessons did coaching kids teach you?
It taught me that everyone doesn't learn the same. Everyone has different levels. Everyone has different skill sets. And if you're a real coach, you know how to combine all of those skill sets and you put them in a way where they're going to be successful. You don't try to give them too much advanced plays or advance anything. You simplify it to where their skill sets can flourish and you'll start seeing progression. And these kids will buy in. Once you believe in them, they'll start believing in themselves, and they'll get some definitely different ways of thinking.
Got you. When it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
That's a tough question.
They get harder as we go on.
That right there, because your legacy is something that you want to live on and grow, and people can always look back and say, yo, that was him. And my give back now is what my legacy is going to be, I think. And the importance of showing kids and being there for them, just like somebody was there for me. Because if I didn't have that helping hand, I would have never been successful in anything that I'm doing. You know, on and off the court. So it's important that I give back and be there for kids and help them understand, like, there's people that's out there that don't want anything from them because I've already got it. People say to me, why do you do it? I'm like, I don't have to do it. I don't. I do it because I still have a love for it. And it's a genuine love. And that's why you're supposed to do it. Because coaching, you're not going to get a boatload of money from that unless you're making it in college or the pro level. I've been there and done that. My son is up next. So I'm trying to pave a way for him to see how to do it the right way and don't take shortcuts. So that's the most important part of my legacy, is for him to see, don't take a shortcut, don't do what daddy did, be better than daddy, and just have fun with it. Smile, laugh, do whatever you got to do, but also work hard and be that killer on the court.
Facts. If Ron Todd was playing in this era, these kids, no brainer. They would have made the league and be millionaires at the same time. But his son is up next. Straight facts.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he said this before you said what you just said.
Wow. Listen, my son is up next. Yo, this kid is about 5'7", just turned 12. He's going to be a monster. I'm putting him in certain hands right now. He in the lab doing work. I got him in the lab. Had him in the lab today. Had him in the lab yesterday after he had his team practice. We're going to get him right.
That's real. Before we wrap this up, my guy wanted to know, he said, when the last time you heard about Wes?
Oh, man. Ugh.
Yeah, he
It's
said,
been
hold on, Wes.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while for Wes.
Okay.
I'm hoping and praying that he's doing all right. I see his brother, his older brother, so I'm gonna reach out to him to see how that goes, and we're gonna take it from there.
Got you. Now, I know you see my flyer, because I've been looking at your name the whole time, but I wanted to wait till the end of the show, or towards the end, I said, I'll bring this up. Because when you put your name in my phone, it was Roheen Oats.
Mm-hmm.
And I see you have Raheem Oats. Explain that to me, brother.
I spell it with an O. I mean, that's how it's naturally spelled, but I give other people an A because most people pronounce it wrong.
Thank you. Look, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. My cousin know this. I think like one person at my job, a few people at my job know this. But I spelt my name with one N my whole life, and my middle name, right? Spelt that wrong. It wasn't until years later my diploma and all my degrees except my master's is spelled wrong.
Wow.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother documentary's definitely coming soon. So y'all get all this backstory with this. It's crazy. If you could change one thing about your journey, what would it be?
I would say me working harder as I was younger. I had the opportunities, and if I would have worked, I would say, and this is no lie, 25% harder, my journey would have been totally different. But I never regret anything because it made me who I am today. And I think that, not being afraid of success, but saying that I wasn't as successful as I could have been, I'm successful
That's
because
right.
of what I have. The jewels and everything that I've learned and picked up on the way. It made me who it gave me my personality. It gave me my drive. It gave me my hustle. It gave me my education. Everything was easy back then. When I scored a bucket, it was easy. Everything was always so easy. I knew how to do it because I put the time to think about it. And I didn't put the time into my body as I should have. And that's the only thing I would say.
Got you.
I would change.
Got you. My guy Rob said.
Okay. Yeah, he
and
know. He
also,
know.
yeah, he said Wes as well. Her father, grandfather was Jamaica High great.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of our point guards. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Because he was with me. We had a team called Dogs of War. And that was run by a very well-known hood guy from the neighborhood, and yeah, and God bless him. He passed away, but he took care of all of it. He took care of the hood. All we had to do was play ball. That was it, and go kill on the court.
That's right.
And that's what we did. Seth Marshall, my man Rivers. He was all a part of that. Dave Edwards. God bless him. He was a part of it. Wes Nelson, Ty. Like we had some guys that came across through the neighborhood and played on that team. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. So now we're gonna get into our top five. Rod, you may get us some trouble for this, man, but it is what it is. It's top five, not top six, not top four.
Okay.
It's whatever you picked up.
All right.
Top five guys you played against.
Oh, wow. Top five guys I played against. What's so crazy? My son over there talking about I gotta love him. But you're not top five yet. Right? Not yet. You will be top. You'll be a part of that top five soon, but not
no
yet.
Doubt.
All right. I'm gonna start off with It's one dude, he played with Jermaine Smoke. It's my guy, Floyd Miller.
Yes.
Floyd Miller. And I love him. We great friends to this day. We have barbecues, everything. But we had some wars. Some serious day in, day out wars. And it was crazy. And we were playing in dungeon gyms. Like, it was crazy. Like, chain nets, that type of stuff.
Right.
That type of stuff, man.
That's like the NYCHA tournaments, right?
Yeah, man. That's my guy, Floyd Miller. That's one. Elton Brand is number two.
Ooh, tough.
Walter Berry, number three.
Ooh, the truth.
Walter Berry, number three. Number four. Number four would be Ron Artest. And number five, who would be my fifth one? All the years. Jamal Mashburn.
All killers. All killers. Shout out to Floyd Miller, the first person he named, right? Because you named him, do you name all these big name dudes? So you already know Floyd Miller was the problem.
The problem. He played 15 years in France. Nobody knew. From Brooklyn. Flew under the radar. Crazy.
Holla at me, Floyd.
Yeah. That's
Sure, for
one
sure.
that's one of my best guys, man. Like I said, when I tell you he lefty, crazy. Undeniable ups, everything. You know, he had it all. You know, he hit you with the little short jumper. Like, I had to work against that dude. Severely work. And the other dudes were pro players. But that dude, in my eyes, he had it, man. He was one that just didn't make it. And just like myself, you know, we had our shots, but that dude, whoo, he real. He's definitely real.
Problem.
Yeah.
All right, Ra. Top 5 players you played with.
Top 5 players. Well, we already know Derek Phelps is the one.
Yeah.
Todd Davis is 2. I had a chance to play with J Kidd. That's 3.
All these nasty guards.
That's 3. Boy, oh boy. You're going to really get me in trouble on this one. That I played with.
They'll be like, yo, son, I played with you. Why you ain't mention me?
Ooh. Who else? Dave Edwards. Shout out to Dave Edwards.
Yes, my guy for life.
Dave Edwards.
Love him.
And I gotta, and that's number 4. But my 5th one, and I love him because he's my little guy that I forever, and I always loved him, you know, and how I used to have to go get him early mornings for workout is Rafer Austin.
No doubt. My guy, been on the show twice. Rafe came on the show, did an interview, like, yo, Pooh, I love this, man. Yo, I'm coming on tomorrow. You good tomorrow?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fam, I'm good. It's like, all right, I'm coming on tomorrow too. It's like, all right, let's make it happen.
Yo, that dude gave me a shot. You know you made it when you made it to Vlad TV.
Facts.
And he gave me a shout out
Yeah.
when he was on Vlad TV.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is my guy. You know, we did a lot. You know, we hung out even when he was, you know, in his career.
Yeah.
In the league. He knew I was one of those guys that never wanted nothing from him. And, you know, it was just pure love. And that's when you know where your heart is. When you give dudes pure love and their flowers while they living, man, that's the best part of it. And this is a part of me feeling good because I'm getting my flowers from you right now and the rest of the guys and everybody that's watching.
Now, and even more going to see this. Trust me, this is going to go all the way out to California and all around the world, man, because, you know, brother, you know, I'll save this for the end, but definitely, brother, you definitely deserve your flowers, and we're here to give them to you. So Skip is great as long as you stay away from the Yo, don't talk about the Dallas Cowboys, man. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan since 1977, kid. I go back. I hear that, Rob.
Yeah. Listen,
no doubt.
I'm a Dallas Cowboy dude too. I'm a Jet fan too, but you know.
Yeah, Rod. Yeah.
I got the Cowboys in it right now too.
No doubt. Last one. Top players in New York City history.
Ooh.
Top 5. Excuse me.
Wow, that's hard because
I know.
You looking at so many players.
That's right.
From all the eras.
That's right. But it's your 5. It could be your favorite.
Because like
it don't have to be my favorite. Everybody, let me tell you something. No one is named the same 5. Over 300 shows.
I believe it. But okay. I'm gonna start off with Julius Erving, Dr. J. That's a New York player.
Got you.
Kareem. It's another New York player.
Facts.
Now this is where it gets hard because you're looking at impactful or what they've done to New York City. I'll go with Kenny Anderson. That's 3. This one's hard. I even like Khalid Reeves.
First. This is the first time I'm hearing his name on the top 5. Definitely deserve it.
People don't understand how tough that dude was.
I do. Trust me.
And he gave people the business quietly. He was, that's the type of his demeanor. And all right, my 5th one, I'll go with Pearl. That right there, there's nothing you can do to stop him. Period. He's unstoppable with everything that he did. The showmanship, guaranteed bucket. They talk about I was a guaranteed bucket. Nah. Pearl, guaranteed bucket.
The definition of New York City point guard.
Absolutely.
Facts. This is great. It's a great picks, Rod. Great picks.
Thanks.
Well, listen, man. Let me tell you something, brother. All the things you accomplished, even at the start of your bumps that you had to get you to this level. I think for sure that your path was already laid out for you and you walked through it and you got through it the right way. Had a great career. Proved you definitely one of New York City greatest players. And also you came back to give back. And with saying that and having your son watch you right now go through this process and seeing his dad get his flowers, I just want to say, brother, thank you. New York City thanks you for all the things that you've done, from all the time that you had everybody in front of the television in New York City cheering for you for those back-to-back national championships, because y'all made us proud. We seeing Ty come up early in Brooklyn and watching you in Queens do your thing. Just want to let you know, brother, New York City definitely proud of you, man, and salute to you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Definitely.
No doubt. So we're about to get out of here. I'm going to say my closing remarks. You can watch that or you can get it to your son. But to all my people on the check-in, I appreciate you. My guy, Rob Rivers, appreciate you. Corey Vice, Alatola Beats. Who else in the building? Bijou du jour. Yes, first time on the check-in. Appreciate you. Who else is on the check-in? Definitely want to give a shout out to your sister. Definitely want to give a shout out to Jason Curry. Definitely want to give a shout out to all the people who stopped by. Chelsea Green, appreciate you. Eric Weaver, appreciate you. Gary Rush, appreciate you. That ball J Dot, appreciate you. My guy Mark Petit, everybody on the check-in. So many people on the check-in. If I didn't say your name, you know I got love for you. All right? About to do my closing remarks. I'm about to get out of here. Yo, Ra, appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks.
No doubt. So, when it comes to New York City basketball, just know there's only 2 other people besides Kareem Abdul-Jabbar who won back-to-back national championships. It's my guy Todd Davis and Roheen Oats. They did it for us, made us proud. And even in the beginning with Roheen, had his bumps and bruises in the classroom, he never let his eyes off the prize. He still had a goal he had to achieve. So you young people, even if you have some bumps in the road, just know you can get through it. Because now he get a chance to teach his son how to not go through those bumps in the road, how to be even killed when those papers in them offers come through, or if you're getting highlighted on Instagram with your little 1-minute videos and highlight reels on TikTok. Let them know. It's okay to be focused, son, because look what your dad went through. So I want you to be better than me. Those are lessons he continued to give, not only with his son, but with his team. So for everybody out there, take notes and understand that Roheen Oats, one of the best players in New York City history, 2-time national champion, MVP, legend at Cardozo. He did it all, from the big stage to the small tournaments. Well, we're about to be out of here. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and you've been watching Basketball Heads, the official home for New York City basketball. See, we got that merch, man. Y'all want to be down with the team? Come get this merch, man. We got coaches' shirts, we got the merch lined up. New hoodies coming through soon. Love everybody out there. Peace to all my basketball heads out there. Straight love to everybody out there. We about to get out of here. I just want to say peace.